in Indonesia, it's been almost 3 weeks, or maybe we are coming to our fourth week. These quarantine days and work from home, school from home, and one of the most interesting topic for parents are parents-children relations.
Okay, Marwa JP, you can start.
Okay, everybody, good evening and good night in Indonesia. It's 8 p.m. Selamat datang kepada seluruh peserta dan partisipan web-based seminar yang diadakan oleh Eduversal Indonesia. Sebentar lagi, in a few minutes, we'll start our seminar. While we are waiting, let me share some information to all of you. As we see, there are approximately now 33 participants, and it keep coming. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Terima kasih banyak. Sebelumnya kami sampaikan kepada Eduversal Indonesia untuk memberikan kesempatan kepada saya untuk memoderatori pertemuan kita, seminar kita pada malam hari ini. Sebenarnya web-based seminar ini merupakan salah satu bagian series dari seminar-seminar yang diadakan oleh Eduversal Indonesia. Yang pertama sudah pernah diadakan untuk beberapa kali, yaitu untuk guru-guru, yaitu seminar tentang pendidikan. Sedangkan malam ini, pada kesempatan yang baik ini, kita akan untuk yang pertama kalinya kita akan mengadakan web-based seminar yang bertopik tentang parenting untuk pertama kali. Selamat datang saya sampaikan kepada seluruh peserta dan partisipan, orang tua, wali murid, guru, siswa, alumni, dan semua partisipan yang pada malam hari ini telah datang. Informasi yang kedua yang ingin saya sampaikan adalah seminar ini juga akan dilakukan streaming YouTube langsung melalui channel Eduversal Indonesia yang bisa dilihat di grup chat. Alamatnya bisa dilihat teman-teman dan seluruh partisipan. As you can see in the Zoom group chat, we are also holding a streaming YouTube in Eduversal Indonesia YouTube channel. So if anyone would like to see this seminar, you can access this also. And for your information too, we will give a e-certificate for all the participants that fill the survey that will be provided in the middle of or in the end of the seminar. So please check your group Zoom chat and fill the survey so you can get this seminar certificate. Okay, I think we can start. Thanks for coming. And now here with us, Mr. Yerzan Mirzabayev. He is a Kazakhstan citizenship, if I'm not mistaken. He's also a family psychologist, and he graduated from his Master of Pedagogy and Psychology Department, and also he did his training in the Gottman Institute, one of the best university in America, especially in the psychology department. And also he's a former United Nations Development Program, or UNDP, as a coordinator for Kazakhstan. Maybe tonight we will discuss and listen together Mr. Yerzan Mirzabayev about this pandemic global that already affected to not only Indonesia but also all the world, and parents have more time spent than before with their children. So in this condition, Mr. Yerzan will share about us what are the tricks and tips about how we communicate and also the relationship between parents and the children. Okay, maybe that's the opening from me. Please, Mr. Yezan Mirzabayev, you can start. As also, we please ask your question. If you have any question about this topic, you can directly ask, or maybe you can directly type to our through our Zoom group chat, inshallah. Okay, thank you very much. And please, Mr. Yazan, you can start.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Marwaja. I am, first of all, very glad to be here with you. And thank you very much, Eduversal Indonesia. Is my voice coming well? Because yes, Kazakhstan is far away, and I don't know whether the technology makes it shorter or not. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Everything's okay?
Yes, okay.
Can everyone see me?
Yes, you can see you, sir.
Clearly. Okay. Thank you very much. Well, this actually, this pandemic, COVID-19, it is a good opportunity. And actually, as we can see now, this pandemic made the whole world fight together and struggle these problems. Maybe it is the only and the first problem as a pandemic which unites all the world. Because wherever you go, in Indonesia, Kazakhstan, United States, or Europe, everyone is struggling this problem. Everyone is at quarantine. For example, we are in also in quarantine, and you stay at home for a long time with your family, with your children. I guess many of listening people are parents and teachers who have children. So today I'm going to share some insights and some psychological aspects of interacting with children, because interacting with children itself is difficult, but interacting and having relationship with children during pandemic, it is a more responsible duty, which we all have to do well at this period of crisis. Okay, let me start. Well, first of all, dear parents, remember that children always copy your emotions. Children always copy your psychology, and children always copy your mood. So if you want your children to be positive, laughing, happy, joyful, then you must also provide and show that kind of emotions. Most of the children, they get stressed when they see stressed parents. They get annoyed when they see annoyed parents. And the relationship between children and parents, it is like chain. You see, for example, husband here, if husband argues with mother, then mother argues children, children argue smaller brothers argue with their toys, and etc. So all the stress and all the anger and aggression and problem comes from the beginning to end, from the top to bottom. So if the top is well and positive, then downstairs goes positive emotions and positive mood. But if the top, parents, husband, wife, okay, and maybe grandparents, if you have some at your family, are negative, stressed, the same mood goes down. So firstly, I invite you to train your emotions. How can you train your emotions? I will give some tips. First of all, stop reading all the news about pandemic, okay? And try to avoid spam about pandemic. You know, there is official checked information, and there are rumors which is not official and not checked, and when we read it, it makes us more stressful. So share 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening for reading news. Okay, of course, we must know what's going on, what kind of measures are taken, what kind of differences are going on in your country, in your city. You must read this news and be informed. But don't check your social media, don't check your news all the day. The more you read, the more you are stressed. And unfortunately, this kind of information as news, which cannot be controlled, makes us more desperate and more annoyed. So check your news 20 minutes in the morning, okay, and 20 minutes in the evening. Other time of the day, try not to check your news and social media first. Second, what to do in order not to get stressed? Try to do some exercise, okay? Walk around, arrange your day, make some sports, do some physical exercise with your family, because when the blood streaming in your body goes on well, then it makes you in good mood. For example, like people who do sports, every time you go running, every time you do push-ups, every time you go to gym, you get rid of stress and get some positive energy. So this will also help you. The other way of avoiding negative emotions is try to install in your mind positive emotions. What is it? Read positive stories. Connect with your family, friends who are away from you, okay? And try to look into your photo album and remember your old days, okay? When your child was first born, when you were first married with your husband or with your wife, when you started a job, when you moved to a new city, okay? All these happy moments. Because research shows that when you see any photo, it reminds you and awakes those emotions with which these photos were taken. For example, if a photo was taken with sad or annoyed emotions, whenever you see that photo, you will get sad and annoyed. But if you see a happy photo and it was taken in a good mood, whenever you see this photo, you will be in positive mood. So this will help you be and stay positive, okay? First. The other important point during this pandemic, as we realize it here in Kazakhstan or all over the world, and sometimes we have our group discussions and group sessions with other psychologists. I work with international psychologists. We have international groups, and we can see that many countries have similar problems. And we made some similar solutions which can be helpful. The first and most important thing, please, dear parents, make a daily plan. I hope you are writing. Are you writing? Can we get some kind of...
I am writing. I don't know what what the others. I'm writing because it's very important for me as well. I think all the participants also write. Yes.
Feedback and view. Are they writing or trying to keep some notes? Because these notes are important. And from the psychological point of view, please write in comments in YouTube or Zoom. If you are writing or taking notes, it will help me arrange and my conversation so that I can see how active the group and how involved you are. Yes, we are writing. Okay, thank you. From the psychological point of view, whenever you get new piece of information, you have two steps. First, take notes. Don't just listen, because when we write, we remember it better. And second, take action. Take notes, take action. Note taking must be immediately take notes and take actions in 3 days. If you take actions and practice in 3 days, from the first moment you learned something, then it will stay in your mind, it will stay in your personality for longer time. But if you just listen, don't take notes but don't take actions, then after a few days, in a week, you will just forget what we learned and continue to have similar problems and difficulties. Okay, Well, where we're talking about daily program, the second important source of how can we say stress is unknownness, uncertainty. Okay, if you don't know what's going on, what will happen, when will we all finish it, then you get stressed. It is always and everywhere. Marwaja, I suggest that you put special note in a certificate. This parent attended our seminar and he was taking notes. And for the others, you can say he just attended but wasn't taking notes. So we are not sure if the information.
Okay, the first step is not taking note, everybody. Okay, I'm sure that everyone is taking note also. I'm trying to write something in the chat, maybe for example, we did you explained about train our emotions. Please try to do some exercise, check your albums, and etc. I'm sure everyone also will take note. I'm writing also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Daily program. When something is unknown and uncertain, we get stressed because it reminds us of chaos. Okay, and during this kind of pandemics, when quarantines, when everybody is closed in a building, closed in a flat or at home and cannot go anywhere, and people generally feel that they are on holiday or it is weekend and try to get some sleep, try to rest, try to watch films, eat a lot of times, often go to kitchen, often go to refrigerator and check every time if there is something new to eat. This kind of actions are not healthy, dear parents, not healthy, dear parents. But if you make a daily plan and everyone in the family knows what happens and when, this will reduce stress at home. This will reduce annoyingness and conflict with your children. Because you are, for example, you had breakfast and after breakfast you want to do some work. But your children are they want, for example, to watch film or play computer games or just play at home. And you say, oh, stop playing, don't argue, I'm trying to focus, I'm trying to concentrate, I'm trying to work, what are you doing? And try and start shouting at your children, then you get what? Conflict. Or for example, your children, sometimes, I don't know how is it in Indonesia, but in Kazakhstan, all the students now are going online education. All the schools from national TV, computer, Zoom, all the streaming channels, students are having lessons. For example, I have 3 children and one of them is at school, the other is at kindergarten. And even kindergarten continues their education through streaming and online, for example. And if your children, for example, wants to read something or do homework, study their lessons or go through online education courses, at that time, if other brothers and sisters keep playing, parents want to watch film, everyone sits to eat, then again, we have what? Conflict. So what I suggest, parents, elders with children, have a small meeting, okay? And say, okay, dear children, now we have this kind of quarantine situation. It will continue at least maybe 1 week or 1 month, 10 days. So during this time, we are going to keep this daily program, okay? Let's write what and when we are going to do. If you do it with your children and they agree to this program, then you will not have much difficulties while making and implementing this program, okay? For example, when we wake up at 8 or 9, okay, if it's pandemic, okay. From 9 to 10, we have breakfast. From 10 to 1 o'clock, okay, 1 a.m., 1 p.m. it's already, I'm sorry, okay. What do you have? You have, for example, try to have intellectual work. What is intellectual work? Doing lessons, going through online courses, or working at home, because I know that some parents have online working, distance working, and they're trying to work from home and working hours. So everybody is busy with concrete intellectual work. Okay, have breaks every hour. For example, 1 hour. Children are doing their homework lessons. Parents, if they have online job, they distance work, do their jobs. Okay, and if they don't have, maybe some housewives or who are at home, and they can go through online courses. Try to learn something new during this quarantine. If you have free time, make your free time planned and busy. Okay, you do intellectual work. After 1 hour, you have break time, and all the family, please come together from different parts of your home, from different rooms, from different corners of your room. Come together, drink tea, eat something, discuss, share ideas. Okay, 20-30 minutes break time. Okay, round 2, fight. No, don't fight. Round 2, go to work. Everybody goes to their rooms, corners. Okay, sit down and continue reading books, online courses, online work, okay, education, homework, okay, and everybody works. After that working times, for example, you after 1 hour meet again, after 1 hour meet again, okay. From 1 to 2 o'clock, for example, you have lunch. After lunch, you can do some activity at home, do some activity. Sports activity, okay, playing games with your children, with your family, with your parents. This kind of activities help you stay active, okay? After that, you can put a time for family reading book, when all the family come together and everybody reads his own or her own book, and that kind of information can be discussed in the evening. After that, you can leave some private time. You know, even though human beings are social, we always need some private time, some personal area where we can stay alone. We cannot always be socialized. We cannot all the time keep talking and having conversation with people around us. So everybody needs this private time. So I suggest you put a special private time when everyone stays alone and does whatever they want. They want playing computer games, okay, play computer games. They want to chat with their friends, please chat with their friends. They want to listen to music, watch films, communicate, read news, whatever, okay, whatever. Keep this private time alone, and don't try to control your children what they are doing, because it's a private time. In normal life, these children have their private time, okay? You are not always with your children. So at home, they must feel themselves safe, and that they can have this private time, so they can do whatever they want, okay? After this private time, you can have dinner together. In the evenings, try to have family film time, when you watch a film which is interesting for all the members of the family. You can always together watch some photo albums on the big screen, if you have big screen TV or Apple TV, okay? Share your mobile phone, share your online albums and watch it together, play games. And the last thing in the evening should be daily feedback, okay? Everybody comes together again, okay? Father can start, okay, well, today I read this book, I learned this, and I did some of these things. A kind of, report, when we report to our family what we do, what we did, so that it is a good lesson for them. And they say, oh, my father did a lot of things during the day, so I also must work. Mother can say, well, I did this. Okay. Children can say, I made some homework, read some books, chat with my friends, ask it together, okay? This kind of daily feedback helps you keep connected with each other during the day. Okay. Another important thing which I would like to mention with you, it is disorder. During this pandemic, your home, your house can be in disorder. I don't want to say it roughly a mess, but a kind of something like that, okay? Don't get stressed about it. Oh, okay, keep that, take that, clean that, wash that. You are always walking here and there, please sit, don't move. Okay, you are making mess of the house. No, 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 no. It is not time for controlling children. It is not time for trying to keep clean all the house all the time, okay? It is time for personal connection, individual connection. So try to avoid all the activities and actions which can bring you to the conflict, okay? So this kind of disorder at home and mess at home, it is normal. Please accept it and don't worry about it. Let your children run at home. Of course, there is a danger of breaking something or falling down. Please try to make it safe and keep safety instructions. Be careful, but be okay and relaxed with the fact that children have to run, have to move, have to play, have to dance, something like that, okay? And from the psychological point of view, it is the physical movement and physical activeness, as I already mentioned, helps us to get rid of the stress. So children can move, fight, okay? Don't say that, don't move, sit still. They cannot sit still. In normal days, what do children do? They go to school, and what do they do at school? They don't sit for 8 hours. Marwaja, do they sit for 6 hours at school?
No, they run, they fight, they play football, they chasing each other, they active, very active.
Wow, this is it. This is what I wanted to say, that children are active all the day in school. And if they don't see opportunity to be active, to run, maybe to fight and to dance, to jump, then they will hate home. This is very dangerous. And when this crisis passes, they will remember these days with bad memories, with sad memories. Oh my God, I hate those days when I had to stay with my family all day. I couldn't run, I couldn't play, I couldn't talk to my friends. There were so many restrictions. And children may have memories that, oh my God, this pandemic, I remember it. It was the time when I learned so many bad things about my parents. You see? Because it is difficult to show, to always show yourself from good side. When you are away, direct interaction is limited to a few days at weekends during the week, a few hours during the day. You see, when you come home, everybody goes to work, to school, outside, chat with friends, go out, everything's okay. And when you are at home, it is easy to be nice. It is easy to be a gentleman. It is easy to try to show yourself from the good side. But when you are always together, of course, you can see, you can show some of your minuses. Oh my God, my mother sleeps a lot. I didn't know that when I was at school, for example. Okay. Oh my God, my father and mother so often fight with each other, argue with each other. I thought they were happy. Oh my God, my father isn't working all day. He's just sleeping and reading news and watching films. So you see your authority, and they can lose this respect to you. So try to avoid conflict things. But of course, we unwillingly will show some our weaknesses to our children, and maybe they will learn something new and not very much good about us. But if we balance it with positivity, if we balance it with good activities and funny things, then children's attention will be to the second point rather than to the first and negative point. So make your children active, run, jump, dance, and whatever. Don't be afraid of it. It is just as normal as every day. Try to make your days at quarantine during this pandemic maximum as normal days. I know this is not easy, it is quite difficult, but try to make it maximum as normal as normal days. Okay. And well, the other important thing, let's get some feedback, Marwaja.
Yes,
Is
sir.
everything clear what I have said until this time?
Uh, since the moment I write now,
Oh, спасибо. I can see someone writing in Russian.
okay, I think we can have some a little bit break. That maybe any participant would like to ask something, please. Maybe you don't have to write. I can just raise your hand or just text me so I can see you and I can unmute you. Actually, it's very wow. It's very bombastic, marvelous. This kind of information I didn't hear before. Just directly from you. I'm really feel that lucky to attend and to have a seminar with you, Mr. Yerzan. Yeah, really, really.
Thank you. I can't see and read now, so I'm getting feedbacks from you. Is it everything clear? Do you have some difficulties implementing this kind of pieces of advice? Are there parents who are already implementing and doing these things? Because I believe in Indonesia, there are a lot of parents who make research, read about it, get prepared. If there are so, I am very happy and I congratulate all of you for this kind of activeness.
Okay, since still no question yet, maybe we can still continue. Maybe sorry, there is a participant, Mr. Firman, would like to speak. Wait a minute, Mr. Firman. Yes, Mr. Firman, would you like to ask something? You can ask. Maybe you can also open your camera so we can see you. Is it possible, Mr. Firman? Okay,
Yes,
please.
sure.
Yes.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yes, we hear you. Good evening, Mr. Firman.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I am Firman. I'm one of the parents of the students in Pribadi School, and this is such good opportunity for us as parents to have many perspective during this pandemic time, and hopefully that this webinar will have many benefits for us, especially for parents. And one thing that I would like to discuss with the instructor is that sometimes students complain about numbers of assignments they got from the school. But in my opinion, it's a good thing to make them busy during this time. But sometimes as parents, we feel that this is can have negative impact to the students during this time. What I'm going to ask is this normal? I mean, this is not a great complaint from me as a parent. This is something to discuss both of parents and the school. What I want to ask is it normal to for the student to have many assignments from the school to spend their time during this hard time? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Firman. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Asking the question. I appreciate your time and your activeness. Well, the question is very interesting, really, and very important because all the time we're talking about parent-children relationship, but now we have children-school relationship over the assignment. Well, first of all, we should determine what is a lot of homework, a lot of assignments, okay? And how is it measured? Is it the same as it was during the normal school days, or it is more than it was during the school days? Okay, this is important. And here, if there are teachers listening to us and other parents, you can always discuss it from the school with the schools. But from psychological point of view, I believe that our aim should not be making children busy. No, busyness doesn't help overcome stress. And these hard times, this during the quarantine and pandemic, these hard times should be filled with more positivity rather than negativity. So if children say that there are a lot of assignments which they cannot come up with, and it creates some stress and negativity, then I think the level of busyness with homework and assignment should be reduced for a little, because we should avoid negativity anyway with children. And I don't know what is the age. Is it teenagers or primary school, secondary school, high school level, and what kind of subjects? But teachers and school must understand that we all, as a school and parents, should avoid sources of negativity at this time. And of course, if in previous times, when you are in the class, when you are in the teacher, when you are motivated with the teacher, and a teacher gives some assignments, it is easier to perform it. It is easier to motivate yourself to do so many assignments. But when you are at home all the day, all alone, even if you have online connection and network, physically you are alone and you cannot get any stable help like at school. It is difficult to sit at home and motivate yourself to do so many assignments. And when assignments are not done, it creates stress. Oh my God, I didn't do it. I couldn't finish. Teacher is going to give me bad mark, maybe. Okay, my grades will be down. What am I going to do? And children get stressed, get negative. They start to shout at parents, their people around them. So I think that the level of assignments should be decreased, reduced, so that children do not get these negative emotions. Or maybe assignments can be a lot, but make them easier. Because when children fulfill these assignments, they get positive emotions. Oh, I did it. Oh, I finished it. Oh, I have done it. So these positive emotions, when we have these ticks, done, it creates good mood. So from psychological point of view, I would like to advise to give easier assignments so that people and students could more do it rather than not being able to do. I don't know, Mr. Firman, if it could be answered to your question.
Okay, I think it really is enough, or maybe Mr. Firman, is it enough, or or you would like to ask more?
Yeah, I think it's a great answer for you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And hopefully this would be a good chance for the parents and the school to discuss about the students. Thank you so much.
Amin. Thank you very much, Mr. Firman, for your question. And can we have one more question, Mr. Yerzan? We have Miss Dina Ulfa. I would like to invite Miss Dina Ulfa. She raised her hand and she would like to ask. Would you please join us, Miss Dina Ulfa, and please open your camera so we can so the others can see too.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Zabayev. I'm so sorry I cannot open my camera.
Okay,
Uh,
okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay, no problem. Sorry, sorry.
okay. Well, actually, I'm very happy with your best practices that that you told us about the parenting and then how do we deal with the kids. But then, what I would like to ask, maybe, oh, sorry, I am one of the parents from the my son is at pre-body school. So I would like to ask you from the point of view of the family psychologist,
Yes.
what is your best suggestion for parents to keep our mental health? Because like this, uh, like in this time, I think not only me, I think most of the parents also finding it difficult to handle our we have to work at home as well, right? So we have the burden, we have the responsibility, but on the other hand we also have children to look after. But even there are a lot of positivity of this pandemic condition, but then it's really hard as well for to keep our sanity, to keep our mental health, right? As parents, and also as we need to do our responsibility as well as, I mean, we have a job as well. So what's your best practice or your best suggestion for us as a parents? Thank you.
Okay. Uh, Thank you, Dina Ulfa, for your question and joining us. First, what you must do is not think about this. You see, when you feel that you are not keeping up with the time, you are not being able to fulfill maximum of your parenting, you are not good at what you are doing, and if you feel and think about that, you have some minuses and you lack of time, energy, and your mental health is not well because of this. So try to avoid this kind of negative thoughts and accept that during this pandemic and quarantine, it is normal that we cannot be the best parts and the best sides of who we really are. You see, maybe before pandemic, we were great mother, we were great father, we were great worker at home, manager at our job, okay? But during this quarantine, we are not able to be the best part of us. When we accept us and say, hey, it's normal. It is not, it's normal that I'm not the best part of myself. I'm not doing the best parenting of myself because the times are not the best times. So when you accept this and try to think in this manner, then you get more relaxed and your mental health will not be damaged because of these bad negative thoughts. Okay, first step, accept it. Accept that we cannot perform our best parts. Okay. Second, it is easier if there are some adults at home. Well, I'm talking generally. I don't know your family construction generally, but it will be useful for everyone. Try to make some duties. So I mean, for example, mother can say to father, "Oh, please look after children for 2 hours. I have some job to do." Because as I already mentioned, there are parents who are working online at home office. Okay, and father says, "Okay, I am looking after them for 2 hours." Then the mother can stay alone, be alone, work, fulfill some projects, do some job, send it, and after that get relaxed together. Okay. And this time when we don't say that this is your job, this is my job, this is your duty, this is my duty, this is a woman's job, this is man's job, this is not time to make this kind of separations and differences. When necessary, men can prepare dishes, can prepare food, meal, and wash dishes, clean house, it's okay. It's a time when women can do some online work and earn money, try to do their job and try to keep positive. Because overall, in the end of the day, we are all gain profit from it. I mean, it is in the end of the day, the husband will be happy if his wife is not stressed.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
The wife will be happy if her husband is not stressed. So it is in our own interests to help each other to cooperate in these difficult times. So if there are other elders, ask them to help. Don't be shy, don't be afraid of asking, because it's normal times. And even you can mention, oh my God, dear, I would not ask you in normal times, but now I have some job to do. I need to stay alone. It's not only about job, it's not only about working all the time, dear parents. It is about personality. I have already mentioned, I don't know, you heard that part or not, even though we are socialized individuals, as human beings, we cannot be always interacting with people. And sometimes we need time to sleep, we need time to stay alone. And you can ask your children, your family, that you need some spare time. You need some separate time. Please let me stay alone. I will just recharge or restart as a computer, and then I will be happy again, and I will sunshine and give happiness to anyone. So don't be afraid of asking little separate time. It will really recharge your mood, recharge your mental health, and that way you will be more positive and more productive. And the last part, which I would like to tell, answering your question, is that don't try to, compare yourself with other parents. Well, I realize as a psychologist, I have clients who I work with online because of the quarantine. And what I see that parents started to compare themselves with others. Well, they look at social media, Instagram, Facebook, maybe, okay, and they see some happy parents doing some good things with their children, and they say, oh my God, look at this, they are so good, so wonderful, so happy, but I'm unhappy, I'm not doing this, I'm bad parent. And because of thinking negatively, you get more negative, you don't get positive. So stop scrolling this social media, okay, and stop looking at other parents and comparing yourself. Because believe me, I even worked with famous people here in Kazakhstan. Have online sessions. I have some clients with them, and they have a lot of followers in Instagram, 500,000 followers, 1 million followers. Okay, there are some stars, musicians, singers, and sometimes I read the comments under their photos. And a lot of people say, oh, how happy you are, how great you are, what a wonderful family you have. I want to be like you. That's so super, so awesome, okay? And when I read these comments, I laugh at it, because I know what kind of problems they have, in fact. And I know that they are not happy, in fact. And I know that often they make these beautiful photos for their followers, not because they want to share their happiness. So don't believe everything you see in social media, okay? For that reason, don't believe everything you see in social media, and don't try to compare yourself with others. In these difficult times, everyone, every woman, every man is struggling the same problems. When you see that, you feel okay. But when you see that others are better than you, and this will make you more stressed.
Okay, thank you so much. That is very, I think that's very beneficial for me and useful. Well, actually, I have done some like sharing the loads with my husband. That's okay. But then like for when I was, when I'm working, like my child is still young. So the interruption of our child, like while we're in the middle of working, and then like I know that he needs my help, and then So I feel like I can't fully help and support him because I need to do my work as well. So that is, I think it's very overwhelming for me. But yeah, I'll try what you've just suggested. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you.
it means
Thank you
that
for joining
Miss
us.
Miss Dina will take actions after this, inshallah.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss
Take
Dina, thank you
notes,
very much for your question. Yes, sir.
Yes,
take notes, take actions. Take notes, take actions, and everything will be all right.
Agree,
What
will
is
agree.
do, will do. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, sir. What kind of food you usually well served and fast served in Kazakhstan? We have, for example, nasi goreng. I was able only to cook nasi goreng when this pandemic era, but after this, I can cook more than nasi goreng because I spend more time in my kitchen helping my wife, just like you said. Okay,
Best Parmak. Might be
well,
best Parmak.
base
Yes,
farmer.
Parmak.
Okay, it's a kind of
I'll try that one
normal.
for Kazakhstan.
Okay. Okay. Also, I forgot to mention it before. Mr. Yerzan Mirzabayev also having a online website, is some kind of like that, right? It's kind of web-based learning about psychology. Can you explain about this also? So maybe some parents can search and find very valuable information from there.
Actually, yes, we had a site about our work, about our job, about our projects. Okay, but now we are working on our site, and in a short time it will be online again. Now we have created online family school where everyone at the beginning, now it is in Kazakh language and in Russian language, but if we work close with Indonesia, then we can prepare the same materials in English, so it can be international and available for everyone. But the subject is that a lot of people need some education in order to manage a family. Unfortunately, I don't know how it is in Indonesia, but in Kazakhstan, in former Soviet Union countries, in Europe, in United States, I didn't see that in Turkey. We do not have any education for family life preparation. For example, to work as a teacher, you need to have a bachelor's degree, at least 3 years in university, master's degree, 2 more years, okay? And you prepared to be a teacher. If you want to be a financial analytics or accountant or engineer, you go to university, get diploma, and you are specialized engineer, specialized financial consultant, and etc. teacher. But when you want to make a family, you don't get any education. You make family, start living, and just copy what you have seen in your former family, in your previous family, from your parents. If you have good examples, okay, you are lucky. But if you don't have good examples and repeat the same mistakes, then another generation of unhappy families, unhappy people come, and a lot of divorce happen because of that. So here we have this project, familyschool.kz. It will be soon available. Now we're uploading some materials to it. And from that site, we teach parents husband-wife relationship first. Second, it is about parent-child relationship. And third, it may not be available now for searching, just keep it, but in future, the materials will be ready.
So
and
you will take actions after this.
Thank you. And the third part is preparation for family life. For those who are not married but want to marry before marriage, we prepared some video lessons as a course so that you can learn what expects you and how you can do well during your family life. Okay.
Okay.
This is our project.
Okay.
Soon it will be available.
Sir, we have also a question appeared from our streaming YouTube channel. It is from Miss Anna Windarsi. So can I ask, can I just read it?
Yeah.
How anticipate for son that prefer in outdoor activity, and what kind of suitable activities substitutes for him in these quarantine days?
Sorry, it was going your voice. I couldn't hear very well.
How to anticipate for son that prefer in outdoor activity, and what kind of suitable activity to substitute for him, I mean for that outdoor activity in these quarantine days.
Okay, I understand. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, what's the age of the child? It is also important because all the children like to play outside. But whatever it is, dear parents, don't be afraid of talking with your child about this pandemic. Okay, you can have conversations talking about the consequences of this pandemic, and talking about why you have to stay indoors, why you can't go outside and play outdoors. You can find there are some YouTube videos which help you to explain pandemic for child in child language. So in English there are some, in Russian I know there are some, you see. And with these materials, talk to your child about this pandemic, okay? And when they have this information, when they see that they can't go because of pandemic, not because of parents, this is important difference. Many children think that, oh my God, I can't go outside because my mother doesn't let me, my father doesn't let me, they are so strict, they are so bad. No. Say that it is pandemic, and because of this illness we cannot go. If we go, then we can get this virus, and because of this virus we can get ill. Okay, don't talk about death, about dying, okay, about apocalypse. No, it's not that topic. Okay, just talk about illness. And in order to make good associations, make strong associations, please remind your child of the days when he was ill. Okay. John, Michael, Marwaja, okay, how you call your children, okay? Do you remember you were ill last month? Do you remember you had very bad illness, flu maybe, okay? High temperature, okay? You had to go to hospital, you had to stay at work, and it was very bad for you. Do you remember it? Yes, I remember. Then, if you go out now, you can keep the same illness and get that virus. For that reason, we cannot go. If you say just remember, whatever you teach your children, try to make associations with their previous experience. Okay, last time you had it, before that you had it. Okay, then they get they get that information better. Okay, okay, don't talk about death, but talk about sickness, talk about illness, and remind the last time they were ill. And during this pandemic, if you go out, you can take it, okay? And second part of the question, what kind of indoor activities? Well, indoor activities, first, play football.
Play football.
When I was a child, I always wanted to play football at home. And my mother would always restrict me and not let me play. But now it's a wonderful time to play football at home. Especially try to play those games which your child wanted to play, but you didn't let it. Like football, fighting, wrestling, this kind of active games, dancing, jumping, okay? This must be active games during the work, okay? And you can also play a game which is very popular among my clients. I often advise it, hide and fight. Hide and find games. You can hide somewhere at home and your children can look for you and find you. Or you can stay in kitchen, for example, okay, and talk to your children, okay, now go and hide somewhere, I will look after you. So you count until 10, 20, or 60, 1 minute, your child goes and hides somewhere, and after that, speaking aloud, go around the home and try to find him. Okay, my son, daughter, where are you? I'm coming. Maybe you are here. Maybe you are here. Maybe you are. Oh, you are not here. And I will tell you by secret. Don't find your children easily. Even if you know where she is, don't find him, okay? Because it keeps time, it keeps a kind of excitement. Oh, I'm sitting here and my mother can't find me, my father can't find me, okay? This makes interesting. Don't fight easily, immediately. Sometimes you can say, oh, I couldn't find you, please come out, where are you? Oh my God, even though our home is so small, you could hide somewhere, I can't find you. This kind of games would be very interesting to children, and it helps this kind of parent-child relationship. If your children are older, like secondary school, high school, teenagers, they can also be involved in this game, but they would like also some intellectual games, some mind maps, okay, playing cards can be sometimes, okay, trying to know some names. For example, you say a name to his ear and he has to show it with actions, okay? And all the family members try to guess, what is it? Oh, this is it, this is it, this is it. Oh no, okay? This kind of intellectual games where activeness and intellect is involved, they can be interesting to children, okay?
Okay. Oh, that's why my son never want to play with me anymore because I always find out.
No, 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 don't forget that he's just a child and he needs to hide and he needs to feel this excitement. Okay, I'm hiding, nobody can find me. If you are always a winner, then your child will not be interested in playing with you.
Okay, it will be our secret. Okay. Okay, I think that time make us should limit this seminar. Actually, we would like to ask more. There are many more questions regarding these issues. Very interesting and very very great information for us as parents or also as maybe babysitters or aunts or maybe teachers as well. So for those parents would like to ask more questions, don't worry. We will have another series including this kind of topic and seminar. And I would like also deliver my biggest, highest appreciation to Mr. Yerzan Mirzabayev for your time spending with us and sharing your very valuable information. And I think is very we can wait for the second time, I think. Okay, maybe is the end of our seminar. Would you like to maybe to say something as a close
Yes.
statement, please?
Yes, yes. Well, Mr. Marwaja and dear Eduversal Indonesia, thank you very much for inviting me. I would like to thank all the parents and all the participants from Indonesia, okay, parents, and from YouTube, whom I can see or cannot see. It was a great pleasure and honor for me to speak in front of you. Actually, I am a little bit excited. And in the future, I would like to, and I would be interested in doing some projects with Universal Indonesia and have some online seminars. I'm very happy and glad if I could be useful for you. Again, this pandemic is universal. It is a universal problem and struggle for all of us. So somehow it unites all of us, all the world, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, different countries. Thank you very much for inviting. Really, it is 1 hour. I didn't realize how quickly it passed. Maybe because I was talking so much, or maybe the questions and participants were very interesting. Thank you very much. I was glad and happy to meet and to see you, all of you.
Okay, thank you very much once again. For all of the participants also, you are great. You are great participants. Thanks for listening. Thanks for participating. And don't forget, try to fill the survey. We have a survey. This survey, you can get e-certificate after filling in the survey. Okay, maybe that's it for me, and thanks for Eduversal giving me a chance to lead and to manage this seminar. Maybe you can have a screenshot or just take notes after take this note. You take action by filling the survey. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks again for Mr. Yerzan and for all the participation. Jika ada yang salah atau kurang atau mungkin penyampaian, mohon maaf sebesar-besarnya dari saya. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Dan juga tidak lupa terima kasih kepada Eduversal Indonesia. Kita menunggu seminar-seminar selanjutnya mudah-mudahan. Terima kasih banyak. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yazan.
Salam.
Thank you.